Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I feel like I'm still getting myself situated here. I will be doing your monthly money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of October 2020. Let me turn off my ringer for my phone. I have to say, this is totally unrelated, but I have been taking some new herbs. I'm working with an herbalist, and I've been taking a new, protocol of herbs, and they have me feeling so high energy, but in a good way. Not like jittery, but just I'm so energetic. So it's really good that I get to do the readings while I'm doing this herbal regimen. And like I said, I know this is totally unrelated, but I just had to share that because if it seems like I'm moving more quickly, or if I'm talking too fast, I apologize, but I just wanted to let you guys know. So Pisces, for the readings this month, I will be using my Groovy Waite tarot deck. I know a lot of you like this deck because it's so fun and so vibrant. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite tarot deck, and then I will close out your reading, Pisces, with a Halloween oracle card. Yes, we are already, my goodness, into the month of October. Well, I guess it depends on when you'll be seeing this, but so it's time to start thinking about Halloween. Okay, I think that is it. Let's go ahead and get started. So what do we need to know for the sign of Pisces as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance? For the month of October 2020. What do we need to know for the sign of Pisces? Okay. All right, Pisces, you are definitely moving and shaking. You're getting things done. I can see that very clearly. You're taking action, you're making moves, you're making plans. It's very clear to me that you have been busy. And I don't just mean physically busy, I also see some mental, like a lot of thinking, a lot of strategizing, a lot of planning, a lot of, figuring out what goes where, when you're going to do what, who's going to take care of this, how you're going to delegate that. It's really a lot of moving and shaking and action taking on your part. And if you're not already kind of in that mode now, you definitely will be once we hit that first week of October. Let me make sure everybody's in frame here. So you can see we've got the Magician. Then we have Three of Wands. Then we also have Nine of Wands. Then we have this Seven of Cups. Then we have the King of Swords, and then we have the Seven of Cups. Wait. Eight of Cups, reverse. Seven of Cups, upright. Okay. I told you guys I'm so energized with these herbs. But like I said, you're moving, you're shaking, things are coming together for you. And it may not be, where things just kind of fall into place and everything's perfect, but at the same time, you're much more closer to your goals than you ever have been. Now, this is something worth celebrating. This is something worth appreciating and giving gratitude for, because it's one of those things where you just thought, good Lord, is this ever going to happen? Are things ever going to come together for me? Is the money ever going to show up? And I have to tell you, you're definitely putting things in place in order to make that happen. You've planted the seeds, you've done the work, you've nurtured, you've been patient, and you're starting to see things take shape. Now, the Magician. This is a very powerful card, especially for this to be the first card that shows up in your reading for this month. The Magician is the alchemist. This is the someone who literally takes nothing or use whatever is at hand, does his or her magic, and turns it into something beautiful, something useful, something that really can grow, and something that can deliver results in one way or another. So you're definitely in that magician mentality, that magician energy as we move into October. This is definitely going to serve you well because it is going to pay off literally, in some way. You'll either make money directly or indirectly from your efforts. And I also see here too that, you may have had to put some things on hold. You may have had to kind of shift some things around. Maybe you've had to, I want to say, like you've had to kind of take some things off the priority list while you tend to things that may not necessarily be in alignment with your goals, but at the same time, they're things that you just could not ignore. And so it was a little bit discouraging. But when all was said and done, you're happy you did that. You see the benefit in doing so. Now we have the Eight of Cups here. This is a very, sometimes an emotionally triggering card. Not because, you feel so, what's the word? It's not because you feel so disappointed or anything like that, but it's emotionally triggering because sometimes you can just feel how close you are to your goals. And sometimes it makes you want to cry. Sometimes it's, I don't know if heartbreaking would be the right word, but it's like you can feel it in your soul, and you're feeling this, and you're wanting something so badly, and you're working towards it, and you know that it's possible. You're just starting to question, is it possible for me? And I have to tell you, it very much is so. Okay, so you're going to have some moments of self-doubt. You're going to have a little bit of, like I said, emotional triggers popping up. But that's normal. It's part of the journey. And you're going to deliver yourself from that probably by the time we close out this first week of October. Now we also have the King of Swords here. This is another powerful card. This is about you making moves, eliminating things that are not necessary, kind of being on that more essentialist path. You're really kind of breaking things down, and you're kind of making decisions on what is a must-have, must-do, and then you're very graciously letting go of the things that are not serving you at this time. Finally, we have the Seven of Cups here, another beautiful card. This means you have so many choices, so many options showing up for you. I love this card too because sometimes the possibilities and the potential is hidden. And all we need to do is shift how we're looking at something in order to really truly see what's in front of us. Sometimes we don't, it's like because we're in our own environment constantly, we don't see what other people see from the outside. We take things for granted, or we dismiss something because it's always there. But this is kind of giving you a little bit of a reminder to kind of really re-examine what's in front of you, because the potential for you to create whatever it is that you want as it relates to your money, as it relates to your wealth, your fortune, your future generations, all of that is in some way available to you right now. Okay. All right, Pisces. Let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity. Ooh. And abundance. for the month of October 2020. All right. Two of Wands reverse, Six of Pentacles upright, Ace of Cups upright, very nice. Five of Swords in reverse, and then we have the Four of Cups upright. Okay. Now, this is really nice. Now remember I said you're going to be going through some emotional triggers here, probably in the middle of the first week of October. There's some other ties here emotionally. Now this is a beautiful card, the Ace of Cups. This is a new relationship, could be something, a new opportunity, something that brings you passion, fulfillment, joy, something that just kind of really feeds your heart, feeds your soul. I have a feeling that this is something, even though it's emotionally based, there's still a monetary connection here. Now, when I say that, it has everything to do with how you're feeling about the money and the work you do, the people you're connecting with, the business that you're doing, how you're serving people. And it's not only like you're getting paid with money, right? You're also getting paid with appreciation. You're also getting paid with joy, fulfillment, passion. You're just feeling so in sync with what you're doing that it fulfills you in more than one way. Yes, the money is excruciatingly important. Let's not deny that. But it's also equally important to do work that really makes you happy. And sometimes you get more than a paycheck from a job. You know, when I was younger, my dad told me, always make sure you get a job that gives you more than a paycheck. Because if the only good thing you have from the work you do is payday and quitting time, then the job ends up costing you in some way. And that was very true, and that kind of stuck with me. So I'm sharing it with you because I hope it helps someone. But let's start here with this Two of Cups or this Two of Wands in the reverse. Now, this is a decision that has been postponed, right? Something work related. Because it is the wands, a lot of times the wands show up when it's something of a work-related issue. I'm going to say what I'm feeling with this is that there is a decision that's being postponed. It's something in relation to your work. And you're the one making this decision, which is pretty interesting. Because a lot of times this card will show up when it's the employer making the decision. But this time in the reverse, it's you making a decision. Maybe you're putting things on hold about whether or not to quit. Maybe it's you're making a decision about whether or not to transfer, to accept a promotion, whatever the case may be. You know, it's okay. There's no rush. Everything happens perfectly, for you in the timing that it's supposed to. So try not to stress too much about that. Now we also have the Six of Pentacles here. This is the card of generosity, overflow, giving, sharing. And that's why I feel like this card here, the Ace of Cups, there's that emotional fulfillment that's coming through. So not only are you going to be in a position to share and to give and to serve, but you're also going to, like I said, be paid back in appreciation. And just knowing that you're doing the right thing and that you're showing up in the way you were meant to show up. And people acknowledge that and they're grateful to you because of that. Now we have the Five of Swords here. This is strained communication. However, the problems kind of work themselves out. If you're going to if you're experiencing some breakdowns in communication once we hit that second week of October, don't worry about it. It will resolve itself. I can tell you that because this is in the reverse. Usually this card is all about, arguments, misunderstandings, somebody feeling very unhappy at the end of a conversation. You probably will have some of those back and forths, I'll call them. But just know it'll be okay. It's only in the moment and it will resolve itself. Finally, we have the Four of Cups. Someone is bringing you something that may or may not excite you. But the good thing is that you're going to be able to say no. You're going to be in a position to say no. Either because you're going to have work another source of income that's going to prevent you from taking on more. Or this may not be it, but that's okay because something better will come along. Don't feel like you have to settle for the sake of money. I really want to make that clear, and I understand because I've been there. If you got bills to pay, you got kids to feed, you got rent, whatever the case may be, sometimes we have to accept whatever shows up because we need the money. But if you can learn to set yourself up in a way that you don't have to do that. It's okay if that's what you have to do right now, but you can't make that a lifestyle, okay? You cannot, you can't have, I want to say there's two kinds of money problems. There's not enough money or there's obviously too little money. You don't want to have an income problem, right? You want to make sure that you always have enough money for what you need, and at the same time you don't have to sacrifice any part of yourself in order to get the things you need. And I hope that makes sense. And I'm feeling like someone needed to hear that. But overall, Pisces, the first half of October, like I said, you're going to be moving and shaking. And you're really going to be in a place of fulfillment and a place of overflow and abundance as it relates to your money, to your wealth, to your finances. So this is very exciting. Get ready. All right. So what else do we need to know for the sign of Pisces? Ooh, we've got the Speed card. All right. So what else do we need to know for the sign of Pisces? Did you see the way that card flew out? Sometimes, and I know this may sound kind of creepy, but when I'm shuffling, sometimes it feels like literally there's a hand in the deck pulling cards out. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm telling you that's how it feels. All right, so what else do we need to know for the sign of Pisces as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of, October 2020. Okay. Now, Pisces, once we hit the second half of October, get ready because things start moving very, very quickly. The Eight of Wands is a card about speed. It's a card about movement, and it's things happening quickly, right? Sometimes things happen too quickly. It makes us uncomfortable, but your job is to just figure out a way to keep up, okay? Things start happening, people start making moves, people start taking action, you start taking action. Your job is to run with it, okay? Because a lot of times success is all in the timing. And I'm going to tell you that once we hit the second half of October, timing is on your side. So take advantage of it. Next, we have the Emperor. This is all about control. You're going to have some degree of control with this, okay? You're not just going to be flying by the seat of your pants. You're going to have a little bit of time to prepare, okay? But just know that when it comes to money, when it comes to business, when it comes to finances, investing, whatever the case may be, anything money related, just know your job is to take advantage of the timing. And there's so many ways that this can show up for you. I just want you to be ready. Next, we have the King of Swords. Now didn't we have him earlier? Oh, yes. We had the King of Swords here. This time he's showing up in the reverse. Again, you're going to have to let go of something, right? Sometimes we have to let go of something in order to accommodate something else. That's what this is telling me here, telling me to tell you. Also, we have the Seven of Cups again. Seven of Cups was here. Now, this is interesting. We had King of Swords, Seven of Cups upright next to each other. Now we have King of Swords, Seven of Cups reverse next to each other. That is significant. We need to pay attention to that. Seven of Cups means you're not going to have, in the reverse, you're not going to have a whole lot of choices here. But it's okay. You don't need a whole lot of choice. You just need one solid option that's going to work for you. And you're going to find that. Here, you're going to have more than one option. Here, by the time we get to the second half of October, you won't have a lot of options. But that's okay because you don't need it. It's kind of like when you're looking for a partner. You don't need to find hundreds of people to date. You only need that one special one to connect with. Same here as it relates to work and business opportunities, money. You don't need, you know, 10 businesses or 10 jobs. You just need one opportunity that's going to pay you very well, and you will have that. Next, we have the Chariot, another speed card. When I see these two cards together, both of these cards mean fast movement, high energy, things really charging ahead, moving forward at a rapid pace. Get ready. All I can tell you, Pisces, is get ready, because when it's time to move, you need to move. Next, we have the Page of Swords. This is a message coming your way. A message coming your way about something being eliminated, something being stopped, something being put on pause. I have a feeling like this isn't work related, but it's something in relation to your money. You're probably going to get a message about, maybe a payment gets held up, or I don't know, maybe there could be a decrease in something that you were counting on, but it's not going to be anything catastrophic. I can tell you that because of the cards surrounding it. But just be on the lookout for that. You're going to get some type of news or information, or there's going to be an announcement about something either slowing down, being put on hold, or something that gets delayed or eliminated in some way. And I feel like I said, this is something money related, okay? Next, we have the Seven of Wands. This is another communication card. You may feel like you have to defend yourself. You may feel like you need to justify what you're doing. I'm going to tell you, Pisces, you don't. Okay, you don't. You don't need to explain, defend, justify, analyze, apologize, or make excuses for anything that you're doing as it relates to your money. You are paying your bills. You are responsible for you. I want to let you know and make sure that you are very clear on that, okay? Because everyone will have an opinion. People will agree and people will disagree. That's not your problem. Your problem is to do what you need to do for yourself and for your family. No explanation needed. Now, of course, I'm not saying to do something illegal or to hurt someone, but at the same time, if you're doing something that people don't approve of, but it's not illegal and you're not hurting anyone, they're just going to have to be unhappy about it, okay? And I don't know why I kind of went into that, but I feel like there's somebody who needs to hear it. All right, Pisces, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances. Nice. Prosperity and abundance for the month of October 2020. What do we need to know for the sign of Pisces? All right. Okay. That little one wanted to come out. This is nice. By the time we get to the end of October, things really, now this is interesting. This third week of October, things are moving, things are happening, things are just shaking along very quickly. Once we hit the last week of October, things dramatically slow down. But it's okay, because look, you still have money, you still have profits, some revenue, you still have customers, clients, whatever the case may be. Now we have the Death card here in the reverse. This is a very slow, gradual change. This is also a card too where, change happens, like a dramatic change, but it doesn't necessarily affect you right away. Now I see this happening a lot of times with transitions in jobs and work and businesses. Also when there's a big a transformation in your personal life, and then it affects your work life. So this can cover a myriad of things, but I just want you to know that this is a very slow, gradual change that starts to begin as it relates to your money once we hit the final week of October. And this is just the start of this big change, okay? Now this could even be something personal in the sense of, getting married, getting divorced, having a baby, selling a house, moving, relocating, being separated from someone or something. Those things are hard. And sometimes the effects of those types of life changes may not show up and immediately. Our reaction sometimes is a very drawn out one. So, that's just something to be aware of, and this could have an impact on your money too. Now, the next card is the Four of Swords in the upright position. And this is a card about stepping back, going into the silence, retreating. Don't feel like you have to go, and do all the time, right? You were busy this third week of October. You were also busy at the beginning of October. But it's not about grinding and hustling all the time. You have to make sure that you have a season of work, and then you have a season of rest as well. Now, the Ace of Pentacles, this is an exciting card. This is a new business venture, a new source of income, a new job, a new something that has a payoff to it. This could be a new job. Someone could literally just give you some money. Could be the loan is coming through, your loan gets approved. Could be the formation of a new business and you guys start making money right away. Whatever the case may be, some type of enterprise, some type of positive money thing is definitely showing up for you towards the end of October. Again, we have the Hermit card, another card that talks about withdrawal and retreat. These two cards here are always about taking a step back. Now, the Hermit, though, when he takes a step back, it's not that he's taking a step back to rest. He's taking a step back to observe. Now, that is something that us Virgos do. We kind of wait and watch, and the Hermit is the Virgo card in the tarot. And I'm a Virgo, and I can attest to this. It's a wait and watch, wait and see. Step back and observe, okay? That's going to be a really strong strategy for you to implement by the time we close out October. Next, we have the Ace of Swords here. The Ace of Swords in the reverse position talks about stalled breakthroughs. Whatever you're working on, again, I know we all have goals and we all have things we want to accomplish, but again, sometimes you just can't control how quickly things turn for you. If that does happen to be the case, and it probably will because we all go through it, just know that this is temporary, okay? It's going to feel disappointing. You may even feel regret to some degree, but please don't. Why? Because this last card popped out. This is the Four of Wands. This is a card of celebration. This is, even so much as the Marriage card. It's also the card of stability and foundation, okay? So you may feel a little disappointed. You may have some stalls here and there. You may even feel a little regretful, a little discouraged. That's temporary, because when all is said and done, you do have some really good, solid, foundational things in place for you as it relates to your money, as it relates to your business, as it relates to your career. And, you're going to be in a position to really move ahead in a very solid, grounded way. And I want you to, just kind of appreciate that, okay? We all have our ups and downs, and it will be challenging, but it doesn't mean that you're totally out of the game. So overall, Pisces, your month is busy, and then your month also has a few surprises, but they're good surprises, right? I really do see you kind of stepping back and kind of watching and waiting as the month closes out. Oh, okay. So let's go ahead and close out your reading with a Halloween Oracle card. Wow. This one is Winter, the sacredness of pausing. And that's interesting because that is exactly what I was just talking about when we were talking about this Hermit card. The sacredness of pausing. Like I said, you don't always have to be on the grind and on the hustle. Hustle mode, survival mode, that is not how we are meant to live. That's not supposed to be our lifestyle. Of course, we have a season of reaping and sowing, but at the same time, so many of us are constantly in that grind mode, okay? There's just as much power in pausing as there is in grinding and hustling, okay? So I just want you to remember that, Pisces, as we move through the month of October. All right, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, feel free to drop them down in the comment section below. If you'd like to connect with me for a private reading, I will have that information linked for you in the description. All right, Pisces, thank you so much for choosing to spend this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.